Okay, this is a conversation between Sasha Sabbath and Miss Joan Lubar regarding a course that she just finished called Ignite Your Intuition for Business Owners. So, Joan, my dear, tell us about you. Tell the audience a little bit about what your business is, the kind of impact that you want to make on your clients and your customers so that we can get a feeling for what your world was like and is like before you took the course and then now that you have taken the course. So the stage is yours.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Sasha. Um, I've been in business for about 37, 38 years in the health and wellness arena. My mission really is to help people learn how to stay healthy as they age. And they could be in their 20s and they could be in their 60s or 70s. I myself am 81, and I've been doing what I'm doing for 40 years, learning along the way, trying to make a difference. And one of the reasons that I took the intuition course is I've always known I was intuitive. And I think for some reason I kind of had pushed it down and not really tried to uh, connect with it enough. I mean, I have had many intuitive thoughts, but I didn't always really utilize them, and I didn't really know how to put it all together in a way that I would use it consistently and connect with it consistently. I loved this intuitive course because what it did for me was give me so many different techniques to use. I mean, it was just unbelievable. And the foundational technique really gets you centered. And then you can move on from there with all kinds of different preparations to get rid of fear, to center yourself, to be able to talk to your ideal clients. And the funny thing is that once I took the course, all of a sudden, I have had several connections, new appointments with new people, and I met some people that are going to connect me with other people. So exciting. And I just really want to thank Sasha. Thank you, Sasha, for all the help that I got from this course.
Oh, music to my ears. Thank you. Well, then you laid a perfect foundation for the other questions that I'm going to ask. That was such a neat and tidy with a bow on top packaging of the overall purpose and benefits. So now I'm going to break it down. And I'm just so happy for you because of how, I felt guided to tell you about this course. You were hesitant, but I always listen to my guidance, and bingo, here we are. All right, here is my very first question for you. Why do you feel that confidently using your intuition is important in your life?
Well, first of all, I've always believed, or believed since probably the 8th grade, that we are so much more than just this physical body, and that we are connected to something greater than ourselves. People can call it God, source, higher power, whatever, creator, whatever it is that's comfortable for them. But there really is something that in that creation, we are part of that greater whole. And in my own, I mean, using intuition means for me connecting with that higher source. And by connecting with my higher source, I get so many more answers. I had a spiritual teacher who once said to me that if you think there's 3 solutions, there's at least 6 more. But if you connect with your higher self, you then can access all those other solutions that you've missed. So that's why it's important. And I
Yeah,
use it in my daily life.
beautiful. True. True. Infinite possibilities is the going expression, right?
Could be.
Yes. The next question, my love, is in what ways were you struggling in using your intuition before taking the class, Ignite Your Intuition for Business Owners? You said a little bit about it, but maybe you can go deeper to help people know what you were up against and how it bothered you.
Well, I think one of the things that I had several things that that were happening in my life that had kept me from really getting back inside myself and reconnecting. And having a guide really helped a lot, um, because now it gave me some concrete techniques that I can use and that I didn't have available before. I've done meditation. I've done a lot of spiritual workshops for the last 40 years, but sometimes making it as practical as I could use, as everyone could use, it's not always available. And in this course, it's been very much available.
Wonderful. Okay, next question. What have been your beneficial results from taking this class? So you've already mentioned a little bit, perhaps maybe flesh it out a little bit for people to see the scenarios that you found were much better to handle, things to manifest that were benefits of taking the class.
I would say having, first of all, the timing. I mean, you gave us so much information. There was so much to do every week. So it's going to take me more time to unpack everything, but I have done almost every single technique that you've taught, and they do build on each other. And it just got me more in the habit of really connecting and using all kinds of different things, working with getting rid of fear, getting rid of concerns that were part of what was going on in my life. And there were ways to actually just release that and actually send it down into the earth to get rid of it. So all those things have been very, very useful and made a difference.
Beautiful. Okay. What really worked for you in the course that you found particularly useful for you? And so just scan the techniques, the people, the structure, all of that. What really worked for you that you found particularly useful?
I think I'm in the beginning of using everything. At the same time, there are some specific things that I think have been extremely helpful. The morning and evening meditation really gets you up in the morning and gets you ready to go to bed at night. There's a whole grounding and cleansing process that I found, so clearing, I guess we could call it too, that I have found very useful, especially I tend to be not a procrastinator, but more undisciplined, and I need to get structure. And so the structure has been very helpful in that. Um, I love working with my ideal client and talking to her, asking her questions. And I have to say, Sasha, the best questions in all of these exercises, these questions are so powerful. So I'm going to be going back over all of this and then using something every single day.
Wonderful. That's exactly what I wanted. When I designed this course, it was to have people get into a daily habit of using their intuition and really feeling confident that they're having this real life conversation going on where it brings value, it brings depth, it brings purpose to a person's everyday life, the total non-extraordinary everyday life, as well as the very extraordinary aspects that a person might be experiencing on a day-to-day basis. And so the fact that you're saying that is just, it just makes me feel so good. And I'm so happy for you. So the question is, how would you say that the quality of your life has been altered as a result? See, they're all coming in. they're all they all are they're picking up on the vibe.
Okay, how has my life been altered? Well, I guess you could call it synchronicity, because the things that have been going on in my life have I've been able to neutralize, and uh, they're now out of the way mostly. And um, that, combined with some of these techniques, have opened my life to bring in brand new people into my business, and to meet people that are going to refer me. I mean, it's just been, even in the last week, it has been amazing. So thank you.
Oh, okay. I'm so happy. All right. Next question. So please share at least one exciting win, accomplishment that occurred during the period of the 6 weeks of the core portion of the course, where you effectively applied your intuition based upon what you learned during those 6 weeks.
Oh boy, I have to think.
Okay.
Giving me a difficult, there's just so many things going on in my life right now, so I'm almost not sure. I think if nothing else, I've been able to focus better, and as a result, by focusing better, I've been able to manifest, create what it is I'm looking for, or release what it is I needed to let go, and to recognize what it was. And you gave, in fact, actually in the beginning, there were some questions that you asked, and I don't have my notebook with me, I'm sorry, but there were questions that you asked us to answer. And I mean, I really sat down and did some deep thinking. And one of them was really to look at the negative things, I think it was, that were the fears, the negative type things that were going on that I really hadn't dealt with. Because when I took the time and wrote all those things down, I just kept going on. I was so surprised, because I tend to be a person that likes half full, and I'm pretty upbeat. So when I really had to think about those, it was like, oh my goodness, I have this fear and I have that thought that maybe I can't do what I'm looking for. I mean, I just had like about 6 or 8 things. And those were the things that I actually sent down into that grounding cord. And I would say that was one of the most beneficial things for me, because it really allowed everything to open up. That's not telling you what intuitive techniques that I used besides the grounding cord, but there is one other thing. Doing the ideal client exercise really helped me focus on my real avatar in my business. So that was very helpful.
Wonderful. And was there anything in particular, based on what you just said, was there anything in particular that manifested during that 6 weeks, or was it more inner accomplishment, you taking greater charge of you clearing the decks so that the real you, the powerful you, the creative genius you had a better chance to come through? Which of those two?
Well, for sure, getting rid of, throwing out the things that were deep inside that I didn't even realize I had, because I thought I'd really worked through them. that opened up everything else. And some of the results were new people coming into my life, new people coming into my business, and also feeling that I've been more productive. I definitely have been more productive. I mean, in this last 6 weeks, I also had to get my tax return done. And I literally felt like for the first time, I could just say, okay, we are doing X, Y, and Z in this 2-hour period. And like I said, I am not always that organized, and my time management has not been the best. But now, so I'll say up until now, and now I feel much more focused and ready to move forward.
Beautiful. Okay. Amen. Here we go. I'd like you to just take a moment on the wave of all those beautiful transformations that took place to state your experiences as to why you would endorse working particularly with me. There are so many intuition teachers out there. There are so many intuition courses out there, because now is the time in our evolution. We're becoming more in partnership with one's intuition, and the spirit support that we have is really important. So why would you endorse me as a teacher for people?
I would endorse you because you've really brought together so many ways to attach to, or not attach, but get connected with our intuition. And I mean, and yet there's a foundational start that we can all use, and then layering that with whether it's getting rid of fear, or whether it's talking to your ideal client and intuitively getting answers to what your project is and what you should, how you should move forward, comparing A to Z, and using your intuition for all of that is so important. And you are an excellent teacher in all of that. I really, it took me a while because there's a lot there, and I was late to get into the class. So I had like so much to catch up on. It was like, whoa. And I still feel like I need to go back and start over and keep going. But you've really helped us get close to all of those different techniques by practicing them, really explaining them. And I think you've done a great job, and I would highly recommend your course.
Thank you. That brings us, and thank you for all of that, because as I say, there's so much out there now. So
I chose by intuition, by the way.
Yes, truly. I remember that conversation,
Yes.
I kept saying, close your eyes, take some deep, focus on your heart chakra, ask your intuition. Right? That's what we did, I think.
We did.
Okay. So the last question dovetails off of that, which is, why would you recommend this course, and to whom? Meaning, what might be going on in their life, their professional life, their personal life, where you feel that this course would be a perfect fit, a perfect solution for them?
One thing, I believe that people that are starting their own business could really use this this course to use their intuition in setting up their plan, getting ready for the projects they're going to be running. But it also makes a huge difference in our personal life, because until you get connected to who you are and what's important to you, it's hard to go out and create something new, like a new business. I believe that anybody at any age can benefit from this kind of class, and especially if they own their own business or they're an independent contractor. I think age-wise, the younger the better to get started using this. I wish I had started using more intuitive powers 40, 50 years ago, because I'm in my 80s and I'm starting over. So it's really very different.
Thank you. So it sounded like that what you felt was a good timing for people is if they were starting something new because there were, say a little bit more about that. If they're at a stage in their life where they fill in the blank, then this course would be useful. Could you fill in that blank for people?
Okay. I think people that are trying to build an independent business, whether they're at the beginning, which is going to be very helpful if they start this at the beginning, but if they already are in business and they're just feeling like maybe there's something more or they're not doing as well as they could, it's time to get to their soul, get to their inner self, and be able to intuit basically what their needs are. And their needs may not necessarily just be a business plan. Their needs may be to get over their own fears, their own concerns. And this is a great course to really help a person not just kickstart their business, but get to their inner selves and know what they need to do for themselves to help them be more successful.
Yes, perfect. I think that last part in particular is so important, the way you articulated it.
Thank
So
you.
let's find out how they can get in touch with you.
Oh, for me? Well, I teach you how to stay healthy. Um, and if you don't deal with your stress and you don't keep your health up, it's very hard to be successful in your business because you're either always tired or stressed, and you're just not feeling comfortable. So to get in touch with me, my phone number is 503-698-9493. And best is to text me and tell me that you came through this video. You can also email me, but I have so many emails that it's very hard to find anything. So I'll give you my email, but you may not hear from me soon. It's Joan at joanlubar.com. And that's LUB as in boy, AR.com. And my website is joanlubar.com. That website has a lot of good information, but I also, because I use a particular company that I find to be one of the best, the purest, and I can count on it all the time. I also have a website with that company, which is Shackley Corporation. But connect with me first, because then I can give you a little, I can find out what you need, and then we can go from there. So thank
Absolutely, you. Absolutely, yes. Okay, my love, you did
thank
it.
You.
You did it.
Good. Thank you very much, Sasha.
You're welcome. Have a blessed day.
You as
Bye-bye.
well. Bye.
Bye-bye.